Every great road trip begins with a destination, but it's the journey along the way that creates the memories. This summer, I decided to take an unforgettable road trip from Las Vegas to Lake Tahoe, then continue on to San Francisco and Yosemite National Park. My first destination was South Lake Tahoe, where I planned to hike the famous Vikingsholm Trail, relax at Baldwin Beach, and spend the night camping at Camp Richardson. From crystal clear lakes and breathtaking mountain views to peaceful camping beneath the pine trees and an unexpected encounter with a wild black bear. This is the story of my Lake Tahoe adventure. I left Las Vegas early in the morning with a long drive ahead of me. The journey to Lake Tahoe is about 433 miles and takes roughly 7.5 hours. Most of the drive crosses the Nevada desert, but that's part of the adventure. If you have the time, there are plenty of hidden places worth stopping to explore. During the drive, I came across a small creek tucked away beside the highway. It wasn't a famous attraction, but it was beautiful and peaceful. I took a short break, listened to the sound of the flowing water, stretched my legs, and enjoyed the quiet moment before continuing toward Lake Tahoe. By the afternoon, I finally arrived at Emerald Bay. My original plan was to hike the Vikingsholm Trail first, but just as I expected, the parking lot was completely full. If you're planning to visit Vikingsholm, I highly recommend arriving early in the morning, especially during weekends or throughout the summer. Parking fills up very quickly. Since there were no available parking spaces, I decided to change my plans and head over to Baldwin Beach instead. Day-use parking costs $12 per vehicle, and the best part is that the same parking pass also allows you to visit nearby Pope Beach during the day, making it a great value if you want to explore both beaches. After relaxing for a couple of hours, I decided to return to Vikingsholm and try my luck one more time. Fortunately, this time I found a parking space. Parking at the Vikingsholm Trail costs $10 per vehicle, and payment is quick and easy using a credit or debit card at the self-service parking machine. The weather couldn't have been better. With temperatures in the mid-70s and a gentle breeze coming off the lake, it was the perfect afternoon for hiking. The Vikingsholm Trail is approximately a 2-mile round-trip hike. The trail begins with a downhill walk through a beautiful pine forest before opening up to spectacular views of Emerald Bay. The hike down is easy, but don't forget, you'll have to climb all the way back up on your return. The uphill hike can be a little challenging, but every step is rewarded with incredible scenery. At the end of the trail stands Vikingsholm, one of the finest examples of Scandinavian architecture in North America. Built in 1929 for Laura Josephine Knight, Vikingsholm was designed by architect Leonard Palm and inspired by traditional Norwegian castles and mountain lodges. Nearly every detail was handcrafted using local materials, allowing the mansion to blend beautifully into its natural surroundings. Even today, Many of the original furnishings remain inside, giving visitors a glimpse into what life was like nearly a century ago. Overlooking the crystal-clear waters of Emerald Bay, surrounded by towering granite cliffs and ancient pine forests, Vikingsholm is more than just a historic home. It's one of Lake Tahoe's most iconic landmarks. Whether you enjoy history, architecture, photography, or hiking, this is a place you shouldn't miss. As the afternoon came to an end, I made my way to Camp Richardson for the night. Located along the southern shore of Lake Tahoe, Camp Richardson has been welcoming visitors for more than 100 years. The campground offers easy access to the lake, hiking trails, beaches, restaurants, and countless outdoor activities, making it one of the most popular places to camp in the area. My campsite was number 8 in the Aspen Loop. It wasn't very large, but it was surrounded by tall pine trees that provided plenty of shade, privacy, and a peaceful atmosphere. Since I planned to leave early the next morning, I decided not to set up my ground tent. Instead, I spent the night sleeping inside my Jeep, making it much easier to pack up and leave before sunrise. Camp Richardson is located in bear country, so it's very important to follow bear safety rules. Every campsite has a bear-proof storage box, and campers are instructed to store all food and anything with a strong smell inside, including toothpaste, deodorant, sunscreen, perfume, cooking supplies, and even trash. Black bears have an incredible sense of smell and are surprisingly intelligent when searching for food. That night, I kept only my drinking water and bear spray with me. Everything else went safely inside the bear box. After enjoying dinner beneath the towering pine trees and listening to the peaceful sounds of the forest, I called it a night. The next morning, I woke up early before sunrise. My next destination was San Francisco, but before leaving, I wanted to enjoy one last peaceful morning in Lake Tahoe. As I was making my morning coffee, I suddenly heard footsteps approaching my campsite. At first, I wasn't sure what it was. I slowly looked up, and there it was. A wild black bear was standing only a short distance away, quietly watching me. It was the closest I had ever been to a wild bear. For a moment, I simply stood there in amazement. Thankfully, the bear wasn't interested in me. It calmly walked through the campground, checking nearby campsites in search of food before disappearing back into the forest. I was lucky enough to capture the entire moment on camera, and it became one of the most unforgettable experiences of my trip. Looking back, Lake Tahoe gave me so much more than beautiful scenery. It gave me peaceful mountain mornings, crystal clear water, incredible hiking trails, a quiet night beneath the pine trees, and my very first encounter with a wild black bear. This was an adventure I'll never forget. Thank you for joining me on this journey. In the next episode, we'll leave the mountains behind and head west to explore one of America's most iconic cities, San Francisco.